So let us take a look at selectors in CSS. In CSS, selectors are patterns used to select the elements you want to style. Think of it like this, yeah? HTML is the structure, okay, and CSS is the style, okay, and selectors are how you connect the two, how you connect the HTML and the CSS, the structure and the style, okay, how you connect them, and here we use selectors, okay. So the best example that I can give you about selectors is this one, okay. So these ones are called the selectors, okay. These ones, they are the selectors, okay, and these ones, the selector contains a value inside the curly brackets. It contains the property and even the value, okay, the value for that property, okay, and these properties have many values, and we shall see them, yeah, throughout our journey, okay. So so let us look at the basic selectors, okay. Let's start with the most common selectors. These are the building blocks, yeah, of CSS, okay. The first one is the universal selector, and this one selects everything on the page, everything, okay. So for example, if you want to specify something, let me first remove all these ones, okay, all these ones, all those ones, okay. So when I save, go back here, I have a heading and a paragraph and even another heading, okay. So let us use a universal selector. So here we use the asterisk and even the curly braces, and then inside we start putting our properties, okay. So here we can have a color which is blue, and here we can have a text size, text align. We want to align them to center like that, and if we save, as you can see, our HTML code, our content has been aligned in the center of the page, and the text is now in blue, okay. So that is it. So another type is the type selector, another way of using CSS, okay. Another selector, another type of a selector, okay, of selectors. So it is called the type selector, and this one you can also call it the element selector, and this one targets HTML tags by name, okay, by name. So this one is a universal selector. So here this one targets by name. So these ones, the one I talked about before, so let me go back. So these ones are called the what they are called, the element selectors. These ones, they select, they target HTML tags by name, okay. So if here you have another tag, here I think if we have another tag which is h2, okay, h2 heading 2, then heading 3, no, this one, let us make it heading 3, no, heading 3, even here heading 3, h3. So this one, if we put another one, so here we have h3, but let me first make this, one basic. So this one h2, it is called the element selector. So this one, we are going to target the h2 element, okay. So here if we try to make the h2 element have a color which is let us make it like blue violet, okay. And if we save, so all the h2 elements, all their contents, they are going to have a color which is blue violet, okay. That is it. So we have another selector which is the class selector, and this one selects elements with a specific class, okay. Here we use specific class names, okay. So for example, here this paragraph, we can give it a class name which is para. We give it para. So here we can come here to use class selectors, okay. We use the dot and even the name of the class which is para, like that. And inside, let us say color, we want it to be green. Let us specify that the color is green, and if we save, as you can see, the color is now green for this paragraph, okay, which has the name of para. So now it is green, as you can see, okay. So you can apply it in HTML, yeah, like this, okay, in every element like that. Just give it a class name and go in the CSS and use that class name like that, okay. But here we use the dot, Okay, so let us look at another one which is similar to class, and this one called the ID selector. Go in the element, HTML element that you want to style, give it the ID name, which is this one is head 2, h2, head 2, heading 2, yeah, like that, heading 2. Then come back here in CSS, and here we don't use dot like when working with the classes. Here we use hashtag, like that, hashtag, and the name, which is head 2, like that, and we bring the quotation, the curly braces. Then here we can specify that we want our color to be brown. Let us make it brown, and if we save our code and come in the browser, as we can see, heading 2 is now in brown color. Okay, it is now in brown color. So you should note that IDs must be unique on the page. Okay, use classes more often than IDs. Okay, you should use classes more often than IDs. Okay, this is very important because IDs must be unique on one page. Okay, so they must be unique. You cannot duplicate the names and give it to different HTML. Okay, HTML elements. Okay, so another one, there is a concept of grouping selectors. Okay, this one you saw it before. Here I used it here. So here we can group them. Yeah, for example, let us come here, all the paragraph let us remove these IDs and classes. Let us first remove them, go back to the basic. Okay, like this. Let us first remove them like that. If we save, as you can see, these are the colors that we have. Even these ones, let us remove them like that, h2, h1. Okay, so here we can group all of them. So here, as you can see, these ones are black, only the paragraph is blue. Okay, because we have specified the style, the color property here. So we can group them like this. We can group them like this. If we want the paragraphs and the headings to have the same color, we can bring here the name to have the same style. Okay, so we want even the h1, okay, to have a blue color. Okay, the text to have a blue color. And if we save, the h1, as you can see, h1 is now in a blue color. Even the paragraph is now the blue color. So even we can include this one. We can say even this one, heading 3, let it have a color, also a blue color. So let us specify it here, h3, and if we save, as you can see, it has now turned to blue. Okay, so that's how we can use it. And this one targets all elements. Okay, inside that element. Okay, all elements inside that element. For example, we can have here a nav like that, a navigator like that, and here we can have the a tags here like that. Here we don't want to go to another. So home, let us name this one home. So let us copy, let's paste here home, contacts like that. And if we save, we have these ones here. We have our links there. Okay, our links there. So this one, if we want to use use the descendant selector, we do like this. Okay, so we want we get the name of the tag. Okay, here we are using the tag, the name. Okay, the name. Okay, so here we use the name, then that name, and even the a tag. Okay, that one, the element that we want to apply the style to. Okay, so like that. So then here we specify that color we want to be yellow, like that, yellow. Okay, like that. And if we save, as you can see, the color has now been applied. Okay, so let us have another one here. So we have another a tag there, and if we save, as you can see, this one, the color has not applied to it. Okay, for this one. Okay, this one, the home to, the color has not been applied to it. Okay, so that one is called descendant selector. Okay, so we select an element inside the nav. Okay, so all other similar elements, okay, which are outside the nav, they're not going to get the same styling. Okay. Okay, so another one is called the child selector. Okay, so child selector, this one only selects direct children. Okay, so for example here we can use it like this, so we can put there, and if we save like that, as you can see, it has been applied. Okay, so here we use the greater than. Okay, that greater than. So if we can have something here, yeah, like that. Okay, so that one we can use it like that, that child selector. Okay, so we can use it like that. So let us take a look at another selector. Okay, and this one is called the adjacent sibling selector, and this one selects it targets it targets the first element, okay, that comes immediately after that element, okay, after the specified element. So like here, yeah? Like here we might have this one, which is the nav bar, the nav, and this one, to use the adjacent selector, we use plus. Okay, we use plus. Okay, like that. And this one, so here if we have another one, if we have this a tag here, okay, here after this nav bar, if after this nav, okay, this one nav element, okay, we have this one. Okay, so let us have another one. Let us have another one like this, h1, next, like that. Let us have another one, and this one, what is it going to do? It is going to target the first a tag, the first a tag. Okay, it is going to target the first a tag that comes immediately after the nav element. Okay, this nav element. Okay, so which means that this color is going to apply to the first a tag, okay, that comes after this nav element, which is this one, home2, and so we expect home2 to be in the color which is yellow. Okay, so let us go in the code. As you can see, so when we try to save, as you can see, the home2 is now having a yellow color. So that's how we can use the adjacent selector, the adjacent sibling selector. Okay, so another one, if we want all the other elements, okay, to be selected after the nav element, okay, we use what is called the general sibling selector. Okay, this one is going to apply, is going to select all the sibling that follows the nav element. Okay, and we use it like this. Here we use this one, that one. Okay, this one, we use that one. Oh, can you see it? We use this one. Okay, this one, we use this one. Okay, so in between the first that element, which is going to be the first one, and this last element that comes after this one. Okay, so that's how we can use it. That's how we can use it. And here we expect these ones, all these ones, all these ones, all the elements, okay, to have a yellow color property. Okay, so if we save, as we can see, home2 and next, they are all having a yellow color property. Okay, so let us look at other selectors. This is another category. We have been looking at grouping selectors. Grouping selectors, selectors that are used to group, okay, elements. Okay, so these ones are called the attribute selectors, and these ones target based on attributes. Okay, these ones they target based on attributes. So let us take a look at how we can use these attributes. Okay, the attribute selectors. Okay, so here we have our input fields. We have the first one, which has a placeholder name, and we have another one, Control Z. We have another one which has a placeholder H. Okay, so we can use attribute selectors like this. Remember, this one select based on attribute. Okay, they target elements based on attribute. So here we want to target the one which has a placeholder, and want this one to have a color which is green, yeah, green. So we want to select one which has a placeholder name. okay, which is equals to a name. Okay, so this CSS, this styling will apply to only that element which has a placeholder name. Okay, so if we save, as we can see, let us try to type. Okay, as you can see, this one is now in green color. Okay, this one, the name is now in green color, and the edge is not in green color, as you can see. So that's how we can use it. We can also specify, for example, if we have here, if we have a nav like that, and this nav has a paragraph. Okay, this has two paragraphs, so let us make two paragraphs. So hello, and this one is hi. So this one can have a what class which is first, yeah, first like that. This one has a class which is empty. Okay, so let us try to do that. Let us try to use it. So we want to use the attribute selector. So we want to go in the nav. Okay, and inside the nav we want to look for an element which has attribute class which is equals to what? To an empty one. Okay, so let us apply some CSS color. Let us put gold like that. So if we try to save, as you can see, here we have hello, here we have I. Okay, so this one has not been applied, because it is forbidden. So let us try to include that one first. Okay, so this one has not been applied also. Okay, so what we can give it a name. Okay, name which is equals to fill. Let us give it fill, and if we come here and we give it the name which is equals to what? To fill, like that. And if we save, it has not been applied. Okay, so why does it not working? Why is it not working? Let me see, why is it not working? Okay, so let me see where the error is coming from. Okay, so here we have, okay, so let us do like this. Inside the nav bar, let us go in the P tag like that, in the P tag like that. So let us try to find the one which has something like that. Okay, so here we go inside the nav bar, then we try to look for paragraphs, then we try to target the paragraph which has a name which is fill. Okay, that one. Okay, so that's what we can do. That's what we can do with the attribute selectors. Okay, so let us try to look at a category of selectors which is called the pseudo classes. Okay, these ones are target elements in a specific state. Okay, so remember, we are talking about state. They target they target elements in a specific state. Okay, which means we have different states in CSS. We have the one of hovering, the one of focusing. Okay, like those ones. Okay, so let us try to use them. So we can use them like this one. So let us first use the one of hover. So to use it, we will bring the tag that we want to select, the class. Okay, the tag. Okay, so want to that when someone hovers, brings the mouse over that paragraph. Okay, over that paragraph. So hover, then let us apply some color. So we want the color to be the color we want to be aqua, like that. Okay, so if we save and we go here, and when we try to hover, as you can see, when we try to bring the mouse over this paragraph here, as you can see, it turns to aqua. Then if we try to hover over this one, okay, this one is not a paragraph. We have hello, this one is not a paragraph. Is it a paragraph? Let me first look here. We have hello, we have, okay, let me remove these ones, this styling. Okay, even this styling. Okay, let us see when I hover over this one. As you can see, even these ones, as you can see, they turn, okay, to a different color, which is the aqua. So that's how we can use it. We have many class many pseudo classes, okay. So for example, we have this one. We have many. There are many. There is after, there is before, there is content, there is Q region, maker. There are many. There are very many. You can try out one by one of them, okay, one by one, okay. Try to make research about them one by one. You can teach them to yourself, okay, one by one. Try to see how they are used, okay. So for example, we have the focus. It is there. So we can have very many. We have very many, okay. So let us use the focus. Here we want to border color. Let us put a background color. Let us put background color. We want to be let us make it like that one, okay. If we save, as you can see, when we try to focus, as you can see, it is turning to blue, it is turning to blue, as you can see. If I try to like highlighting, okay, when I try to highlight this paragraph, it is turning to blue, okay. Those ones are called pseudo classes, okay. They are called pseudo classes. We shall see how to use them, okay, in the future, okay. But try to make research about them, okay. So here we can have, there are many, there are very many. Anything child, as we have seen, there are very many. You just have to press that colon after the p tag, after the tag, and then you look for all of them, okay. These ones are others. We have, oh, these ones are others, other topics. These ones are not called pseudo classes. These ones are others, okay. These ones are also called, these ones, they are the termed as pseudo classes. These ones: open, past, paused, only, child, all those ones. Anything child. You can try no button, muted, not. There are very many. Okay. And okay, those ones, okay. And let us try to look at others which are called the pseudo elements, and these ones let you style part of an element, okay. These ones that you have seen before, these ones which have two columns, these ones, okay. Those ones, for example, let us have another one, which is the first line, okay. First line, we can have first line, first letter, like that. The first letter, we want it to have a background color which is blue, okay. Want it to have a background color which is blue. And if, as you can see, okay, as you can see, it is having, the first letter is having a background color which is blue. We can also make the first letter to have the first letter, okay. Ctrl Z. The first letter, we want it to have a color. Let's make it blue, that, okay. As you can see, all the first letters are having a blue color, okay. So these ones are pseudo elements. Pseudo elements are different from pseudo classes, okay. Pseudo classes, they allow you to select, okay. Here you can target elements in a specified state, okay, in a specified state, okay, as you hear, in a state, okay. And pseudo elements, they let you style parts of an element, okay, an element, okay. So if we have others, grammar error, have Q, we have content check mark before, we have tourism. There are many. We have shadow selection. We have there are very many. I cannot exhaust all of them. You should try out one by one, okay. So we have others, okay. We have many other selectors, okay, but I'm not going to look at all of them. There is others which are called combining selectors, but I won't look into those ones. There are also others which are called the specificity selectors, and I won't also take a look at that, okay. So there are some best practices, okay, of using selectors. So the first one, you should use classes for most styling. Use classes. IDs are dangerous because they are unique, okay. they use that concept of uniqueness. Okay, so classes they are the most ones that you should use. Okay, and another one, should keep selectors short and meaningful. Okay, and another one you should avoid. That's why the major reason as to why I haven't told I'm not going to look at combining selectors, because those ones they make the selectors very long. Okay, yet in the best practices you should keep selectors short and meaningful. Okay, so okay, those are the best practices you should follow. Okay, try to use them, try to use all of them. Okay, try to use all of them. Okay.